You've probably heard by now, the southern satraps and their governors are at war. In Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, in Telangana as well. And the war is getting bitter every passing day with charges and counter-charges and almost daily press conferences. Tamil Nadu has gone to the extent of saying that its governor RN Ravi has made seditious comments and should be sacked without delay. In fact, the DMK has submitted a memorandum to the President of India. The governor has been called a threat to peace in Tamil Nadu. The DMK says he has violated his oath of office and obstructed the government from serving the people. They say he has been sitting on 20 bills simply to harass the government. Calling him unfit for office, the memo demanded his immediate removal by the president. Under law, only the president can appoint the governor or sack the governor / recall the governor. In many ways, we did see this coming. Tensions had been simmering between the governor and the government for many months now. And it seems like the DMK has decided enough is enough. Their memorandum is a long critique of the governor's conduct, and the words are pretty sharp. When was the last time, for example, you heard a government call a governor seditious? That's a pretty serious charge. Now, the problem is that this isn't just a Tamil Nadu issue. There is a full-blown revolt against governors in multiple states. I'm going to play out two sound bites for you. One is from the Kerala governor, Arif Muhammad Khan, and the second is from Telangana governor, Tamilisai Soundararajan. Both these sound bites have been recorded today, and their statements are a reflection of the fact that this is a relationship that is now beyond redemption. Listen in.
This was a pre-planned. The purpose was not to make an attempt on my life. Purpose was to scare me. I become fearful. I do whatever. And you were saying issues. What issues are there? Except the university. Any other should tell me any issue. University is not their responsibility. So they were all the time interfering in the matter of university, which I resented. And interference was not in the sense that you are trying to do something good for the development of the university. All interferences appoint this relatives of the CPM leader in this position, appoint this in this position. All interest is in appointment. That I resented.
In a tape issue, they wanted to drag Rajbhavan and they mentioned Tushar. Tushar was my ADC. And they are tweeting in their official Twitter handle that Rajbhavan is involved. Then immediately Rajbhavan rebutted. I doubt my phone is taped. My privacy is interfered. Why you wanted? Because Tushar, my former ADC, was calling me 2 days to wish me Deepavali, and he was in Hyderabad. Why that name is dragged? After that only they have mentioned Tushar Mehta. In the initial case they were mentioning Tushar and they mentioned Raj Bhavan involved. So I doubt my phones are taped. This undemocratic situation is there in this state.
As far as RN Ravi is concerned, the governor of Tamil Nadu, well, he's chosen silence. He's not spoken on the matter so far, but the governors of Telangana and the governor of Kerala have been pretty vocal, as I said, almost holding a press conference a day. Let me get in my guest this evening. Narayan Tirupati of the BJP is joining us on the broadcast. We have S.S. Sriram, who's a political analyst with us. Dr. Narayan Lakshman is the associate editor at Hindu. And we have Mr. Saravanan, who's a DMK spokesperson. Mr. Saravanan, I just want to read out for our viewers what exactly the memorandum that has been submitted to the Rashtrapati Bhavan says. It says, and these are very sharp words, his speeches, which means the governor's speeches, are made with a calculated intent to incite hatred and create communal unrest amongst the people. It says that, his duty is to protect and defend the constitution and the law, but far from it, he has been instigating communal hatred and is a threat to the peace and tranquility of the state. It added that some might even consider his statements seditious. His statements bring or attempt to bring into hatred or contempt or excite or attempt to excite disaffection towards the government established by law. Mr. Mr. Saravanan, these are very, very sharp words. I thought the problem that you had with the governor was the fact that he's sitting on 20 bills. Now here you are in your memorandum calling him seditious, almost seditious.
Yeah, because the governor, Shreya, exceeded his brief. He has taken oath to protect and defend the constitution. He says he will devote his time for the well-being of the people of Tamil Nadu. But besides well-being, he is doing everything, undermining the harmony, undermining the secular fabric of our state, and doing whatever within this ambit to ensure that the scuttle the free functioning of this government. That's been his aim. And look at this statement. India is dependent on one religion like the rest of the world. I don't know from where he gets such fanciful ideas, probably from his handlers from RSS and the BJP. He's giving such fanciful ideas. India is a secular country. We are governed by a constitution, not by any religion. I think this singular statement is seditious. Unless the union government scrapes the sedition laws, he is within the mischief of sedition. He has not done a bit to promote anything that is related to the state of Tamil Nadu. He is sitting on the bills. He is going and speaking about policies which the government opposes. We have the mandate. He gives his gyan about Sanatana Dharma and all other things. He is a public functionary. He has to understand that. He is getting paid by the taxpayers of the state of Tamil Nadu. He cannot go and speak. He is like a platform speaker. He is doing that. He is acting like a third-rated politician. If he is so intent of professing his ideals, he should resign this post, join the BJP as a spokesperson, or any other post they will offer him. Take that up and speak his mind. We have no problems. We will counter him. But he is sitting in the pulpit and trying to preach, which he is not supposed to do. That is the reason why we are against this governor.
Okay.
This apart. See, leave. You may call this subjective. Okay. But why is he not signing the bills? What other job he has?
That's exactly what I was...
No. Yes, Shreya, let me finish this. We'll come
to the bills in just a bit. One minute. Let's break this into parts. Let's break this into parts. We'll talk about the bills in just a bit. You have said in the memorandum that he's sitting on 20 bills. But first, I want to get this whole part about him being seditious out of the way. Narayan, Tirupati, you represent the BJP here. I would say that, the DMK is stretching this a bit. His statements on Sanatan Dharma were made. He said they were made in his personal capacity. And there is simply no reason to see his statements as divisive. But do you think he crossed the line? After all, he is the governor. And if he has some personal opinions, he should express them in his drawing room, not in public functions.
See, what is seditious? A chief minister hugging a convict, a person who was responsible for killing the former Prime Minister of India. Is that not seditious? Is that not seditious? What is seditious? A person who is supporting the people who are calling that Sanatan Dharma should be, demolished. Is that not seditious? Sanatan Dharma is our way of life. It is not a religion. It is a way of life. It is our culture.
It is your way of life.
Saravanan, have some courtesy, have some manners. I never interrupted you. I hope you will do that. So, this DMK, particularly the chief minister who is supporting his allies like Thiruma Valavan, who are trying to disturb the communal peace in the state of Tamil Nadu, who are regularly accusing and abusing the Hindu gods and goddesses. In fact, Mr. Stalin is supporting and instigating people to talk ill about a Hindu religion every day and out. Is that not seditious? Is that not trying to kill the peace of the state? But whereas Mr. RN Ravi, the Honorable Governor, he spoke about Sanatan Dharma. He spoke about the discipline, the way our culture has brought us here. He spoke about our tradition. He spoke about our country's values. And now, this DMK comes and says that Mr. RN Ravi is talking something seditious. Is there any rule that Mr. RN Ravi, the governor, should not talk about, Sanatan Dharma? That is our way of life. He should not talk about our country. What is this? What
What
are
is
they
the
trying to
problem?
do? Just
Mr.
because-
Saravanan, I
Let me
agree
finish.
with Mr. Narayan here.
Let me finish.
I agree
Yeah.
with Mr. Narayan here.
1 minute. Let me finish.
I agree with
Only
Mr.
one
Narayan
point.
here. Just a minute.
Okay,
No,
what
okay,
is
Mr.
it?
Narayan.
What are you agreeing with,
I'll just
Shreya?
finish.
What is it
Only
you're
one
agreeing
thing.
with?
In Kerala, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, everything is related to university vice chancellors and appointments. That is because huge corruption last 20, 30 years. Lot of vice chancellors are either in bail or in jail. That is the main reason these people are fighting. They want money, corruption, and collection. That's it.
Mr. This is a big charge. Mr. Saravanan, respond and I'll tell you why I agree with Narayan Tirupati. I've heard
Yeah.
the statements that RN Ravi made. If someone is talking about Sanatan Dharma, it doesn't mean it's hurting Tamil pride or it's against Dravidian culture. So that is a bit of a stretch. Yes, you may have a point when you talk about the fact that he's sitting on 20 bills. But the direct charge is that you have a problem with your governor. Kerala has a problem with its governor. Telangana has a problem with its governor simply because the governor is calling out the corruption that the governments have done as far as the appointment of vice chancellors of universities are concerned. They are pointing that out. You have a problem, you say recall them.
The Tamil Nadu, in the state of Tamil Nadu, we have listed out what is the problem. I'm not here to talk about what is happening in Kerala. See, a party which has sent a terrorist to parliament is coming and preaching us what is sedition and what is not sedition. That is the big joke.
Who is the terrorist?
Yet another important aspect
Who's
is
the terrorist?
this.
Who's the terrorist?
No, who's
Everybody
the
knows.
terrorist you're talking about?
Who?
Who was involved in the Maligaon Goa blast? Who was involved in the Maligaon Goa blast?
Is that proved? But Perry violence is proved.
Okay.
He's an entity
So you
proved.
okay? Mr. Narayan Tirupati will call someone as a terrorist only if the charges are proved. Is it? Only if they are convicted. Is it? Is this how you have used the word terrorist so far? Is it?
Obviously, sir.
Come on, sir.
Obviously.
Give this gyan somewhere else. Give this gyan somewhere else.
Huh?
Give this gyan somewhere else.
Pragya
See, that
Thakur
is the issue. Is not that the issue is.
You framed
I
the
did not
charges.
say the
Your
name.
Congress government framed the charges.
I did not say the name. You have come out of it. You have come out with it. So you agree. You agree.
Everyone knows.
You have agreed.
Okay, let's move on.
You have agreed to it.
Let's not fight over this.
The point
Let's
is
not fight over
the
this,
point is
gentlemen.
The point is
You know, it's let's not loosely throw this word terrorist at each other. It's simply not required. It's unfair and it's not required. It's not civilized either. Go ahead. We'll just leave this whole terrorist part out of it, and please continue with your argument, Mr. Saravanan.
Yes, Shreya. In the state of Tamil Nadu, the governor is one way or the other. He made a defamatory statement. He made a intently false statement that evidences have been destroyed in the Coimbatore blast. He said that there was a delay in launching the investigation. He wants to point fingers at the state government from a pulpit. Is the governor allowed to do that? It is the responsibility. That is what there is an evil axis. The BJP leader at one end of the axis, the governor and the union government. All the three of them join hands. They are not able to stomach the popularity of our chief minister. They are envious. The Dravidian model, when compared with the Gujarat model, is a super hit, super success. And we have seen bridges collapsing like 9 pins. And Mr. Narayan Tirupati has the temerity to talk about corruption. Who have you arrested? It is the BJP government there. Oreva, have you arrested anybody from Oreva? Do you have any moral authority to speak about corruption after giving electoral bonds left, right and center? Please don't talk about corruption.
You don't know what is happening in the other part of India.
BJP does not have any moral authority to talk about corruption. We know how you indict. Sir, we know how you indict. Indict opposition leaders. Today the court has given a scathing indictment of the ED. You have no proof, but you have arrested. Just because he did not fall into your bait, he did not take money from you. You are the party who have purchased 277 MLAs for 5,500 crores. Where did you get this money?
Okay.
Is this not corrupt money?
Okay, Mr. Sriram,
And
I'm
you
going
are
to get in
speaking
SS
about
Sriram
corruption.
here. Okay. SS Sriram, just come in here. Did or did not the governor cross the line in Tamil Nadu when he spoke about the Coimbatore blast? Where was the need? Okay, I understand he's a former IPS officer from the 1976 batch. I understand that. But where was the need for the governor to speak the language of the BJP and say that he has a problem with the fact that the probe was handed to the NIA 4 days too late and evidence was destroyed. Where's the need to do that? It was completely the line that the BJP was taking. Obviously, when the DMK will say, look, same language. Why should we not call him an RSS stooge?
They're talking about the sedition charges. It's absolutely flabbergasting. It's purely blown out of proportion. I mean, we had when Mr. Saravanan talks about Sanatana Dharma, which the governor spoke, we had the honorable speaker say today that whatever I am today is because of the Catholic fathers. Now, what should you talk about that? If the speaker who's supposed to be neutral, who's supposed to be secular, takes a stand, says it's because of Christianity, because of the Christian discipline, that is what he is today. And what is wrong in governor saying that as a country? I mean, you can't change your goalposts for your convenience. So that is exactly what governor said, and he is very much within the constitutional right to talk about Sanatana Dharma. As far as the question about, it was an observation made by him because by virtue of he being a internal security, national security, deputy national security officer. It's probably an observation. He did not accuse the government, but to say that it is a sedition charge is flabbergasting. It's purely going out of it. So the desperation of the current government is what I'm able to see, and nothing more than that.
Let me get in Madhavan Narayan. Madhavan Narayan, since all of us are, I don't know, surprised maybe with the use of the word sedition. What do you make of the memorandum that has been said? As I said, it's fairly sharp. It is making clear points about why the DMK government has a problem with their governor. They're saying he's sitting on 20 bills, but it seems that they are more outraged, more than him sitting on 20 bills, they are more outraged about the governor having spoken of the Sanatana Dharma.
Exactly.
I mean, this certainly is not sedition. I mean, this is a bit of a stretch.
Hello, Shreya.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. See, I have been watching 3 governors. Let's take a stand back look. Jagdeep Dhankar, before he became the vice president, was the governor of West Bengal. Arif Mohammad Khan, who I have known long ago, is now in Kerala. And RN Ravi in Tamil Nadu. All 3, in my opinion, have been playing what I would call a political game in what is essentially a constitutional office. The degree and the style and the issues vary. But RN Ravi, I must say, has been speaking extensively on Sanatana Dharma, which is an unquantifiable, undefined entity in the Indian political discourse. And therefore, we are governed by the Constitution of the Republic of India, which is a modern nation state in which, if I were to debate with Mr. Ravi, I would say Bharat is a part of India, is an integral part of India, but not whole of India, because India has various ideologies, of which Sanatana Dharma is one. Now, this is the modern debate we have. But to equate, I think Mr. Ravi even once said that Sanatana Dharma is eternal, even Constitution is temporary, or something to that effect. So he has been making provocative statements for sure, which I know I have absolutely no doubt about, if my touchstone is the Constitution of India. So if you're pushing the edge of the Constitution, and if you're pushing the edge of the fact that India is essentially a multicultural nationhood, because if you have nationhood, there are many nationalisms and sub-nationalisms of various hues, which were discussed during the years after independence and subsumed into a consensual document called the Constitution of India. So Mr. Ravi is opening some of the old wounds, and that is pretty painful for those who do not necessarily identify with the homogeneous or heterogeneous or highly subjective views on what Sanatana Dharma is. I've been on your show before, and I told you that there was a time when RSS used to call the Muslims as Muhammadiyya Hindus. Now, that is now given away, because whether you're talking about Sharia, or whether you're talking about one God, or whether you want to talk about Allah or Ishwar, or whether you think it's only about worship, these are intellectual debates that can go on. But politically, constitutionally, it's the Constitution that is the governing force, and any office of the Constitution, particularly one that is considered, although it's a political appointment, this office of the governor is not considered to be an political office. And the more they say, that things that rile the local government, the more it goes against the spirit of both cooperative federalism as well as the constitutional order, because the governor's office is not a viceregal one. If you're going to start interpreting the old British imperialist logic, where the viceroy was here to keep an eye on the local government, this is different, because we have very, in the 1980s, the similar controversy took place, on which Tavleen Singh even wrote a full book on the abuse, especially of Article 356 of the Constitution, involving that led to breakdown of law and order and being interpreted as a constitutional breakdown. We've seen lots of extremes. There was the Sarkaria Commission set up on that issue. Whatever Mr. Ravi is saying is opening some of the wounds that go back to the 90s and some of the wounds that go back to 1947.
Okay.
He will be completely responsible for any dissensions or digressions from the constitutional consensus. That is becoming abundantly clear. It's becoming like Surya Kumar Yadav batting.
But if that is,
there's an offside stroke played from the leg side. It's
No, if it is that evident, Mr. Saravanan, as Mr. Narayan says, if it's that evident, take the matter to court. Take the matter to the Supreme Court. You have a problem with him sitting on bills, right? That is your primary concern, that he's sitting on 20 bills, including the NEET bill. Go to the Supreme Court, challenge Article 200 and say, Article 200 says the governor has to decide on bills ASAP. Please define ASAP and let it be 1 month or 90 days or whatever. What's the point of, sending memorandums on which nothing will happen? Do you really expect the President of India to sack or recall Mr. Ravi? That ain't happening.
It is the duty of elected government to go to the court every time the governor will breach. The BJP will appoint a governor wantonly to breach, to scuttle the smooth functioning of the state government. You want us to go to court and get it settled, and they will happily sit and watch the whole fun. They are not able to get even any number of reasonable number of seats in the state of Tamil Nadu, and they want to rule the state through their proxy, the governor. We know what to do, Shreya. We know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. If not for this memorandum, will we be speaking about this illegal actions of the governor? A governor who is acting as a stooge of the RSS? Will it become a debatable issue on the national television? No. In a democracy, everybody has to understand propagation and dissemination of information, right or wrong, is the essence. That is what we have achieved. This is the first achievement. If the union government or the president, when they look at these allegations, which are backed by solid proof, definitely they will act. Why should we presume that the president will not act?
Well, because you say that the central government has appointed the governor and that the governor is an RSS stooge. Well, fact is that the president of the country is appointed by the central government as well. So you're saying we will not go to court.
Appointed.
It's not our responsibility.
Shreya,
why are you presuming?
Shreya, the president is elected by the elected representatives of the people. So we respect that the president will adhere to constitutional morality. That is the reason. And that's what I said. I never said we will never go to court. We know what to do, when to do it. This will be like straight away out of the playbook of the BJP. Have to do something, have some binami to file a case in the court, and ensure that it is not agitated politically. This is a political issue. This is a political issue. We know how to handle this politically.
Mr. Narayan, okay, you know how to handle this politically. Mr. Tirupati, before I wrap this show, politics is often about perception. Look at the news and headlines that are coming out from South India every day. Either it is Kerala's governor having a run-in with the government, either it is Tamil Nadu's governor having a run-in with the government, and today we have even seen Telangana's governor have a run-in with her government. What is the impression that is going on? That the BJP government is deliberately sending in people, the KRA of the governors that the BJP government is sending in these 3 states, the KRA is to harass the government and not let them do that.
See, there is
Why
a
sit on bills, sir?
common
Why
reason
sit on
for
bills,
all.
sir? The Constitution tells us what to do when the bill is sent to the governor. Mr. RN Ravi has not come out and said anything, but he has told people who had gone to meet him, reporters who had gone to meet him, that, I'm not saying anything, but the very fact that I'm not signing on to these bills means that I'm not going to. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to. Now, he's the governor. He can do what he wants. But isn't he obstructing the business of the government?
No, it is not. God, it is his right. And there is no time frame. And it is his duty to consult with the legal departments also. And he has got the time. We have to understand. It is not necessary that all the bills should be signed. He is not a rubber stamp of the government. We should understand.
He is a rubber stamp.
There is a common
He is a rubber stamp.
There is a common reason
stamp.
you have to understand, Shreya. As a common reason in all these three states, that is because of the vice chancellors and the huge corruption. This is the main problem, main issue. The DMK is afraid of Mr. RN Ravi because he is trying to pinpoint, he is trying to see to it that the government operates properly, whether it is Coimbatore blast or PFI issue, anywhere. He was very, very clear and he has assessed very properly. And Mr. Narayan was telling about
but that's not the governor's job.
Batting from the right to left.
Mr. Tirupati, that's not the governor's job.
Delivered. If there are white balls being bowled, definitely the governors has to play from left to right. There is no other go. You are doing it in a negative style. The governments operate in a negative style just because they think that the governors are against their government. It is not so. Only the president has appointed governors. Saravanan said that his president is elected democratically. Democratically elected presidents appoint governors. So there is no need for the DMK to go to the president.
Mr. Tirupati, I will say one thing. I will say one thing. Your argument since the beginning has been 1 minute. 1 minute, Mr. Saravanan. Your argument since the beginning has been this entire lafada is happening because of the vice chancellors and the appointment of vice chancellors and the amount of corruption, right? Okay. For a minute, I'll take what you're saying. But why sit on the NEET bill? Why sit on 19 other bills?
No, why means what? He has got the right.
Just because the Constitution has not just because the Constitution doesn't give you a time frame, you can just sit on bills.
He has already returned the bill. NEET bill he has already returned. He has returned it to the assembly and again they have prepared a new bill. That's it. It is unconstitutional. It is very, very clear. It is not that the governor has to sign. It is that we call this bill as unconstitutional.
Sir,
DMK is favoring their people.
The governor can be his own man.
It is not necessary for the governor to sign.
Only in a limited sense. The governor does not have a choice. The governor in this constitution does not have a choice but to work on the aid and advice of the government of the state.
Understand, you are thoroughly misunderstood. That is only for the money bills. Article 200 very clearly says this.
No.
To deny, he has got the right to send it to the president. Very simple.
Okay.
No.
That's it.
No, Shreya.
Okay, Mr. Saravanan. Mr. Saravanan saying, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm out of time. I'm giving you 10.
10 seconds.
Go to court.
Yes.
No, again.
Yes. Shreya, this is a political issue. So we will handle it politically. The issue is this: the governor is mandated as soon as possible. He does not know the meaning of the simple word as soon as possible. Probably we should send an English teacher to teach him what plain English means, because the Supreme Court has condemned. When it says as soon as possible, it is as soon as possible. I am asking, what other job he has?
He is wrong.
Enjoying the comforts. Enjoying the sitting and having nice dinners.
Why is he wrong?
Nice dinners.
Why is he wrong?
At the expense of the taxpayers of Tamil Nadu. Why can't he sign it?
You will send anti-people. You will send anti-people bills. Governor will not accept.
Thing is this.
The governor will not accept.
We have
what is anti-people, sir?
Anything.
Their bill on NEET is anti-people bill.
Is
yes,
flustered.
It is.
The problem is they don't have answers. Shreya, they don't have answers.
Okay.
Shreya, the problem is they don't have answers.
We have a bill. Shreya, are you trying to oppose the Supreme Court? I don't know.
See, he has no answers, Shreya. We have a bill to establish Siddha University.
What answers? You are not hearing properly, listening properly.
And they are stalling that for establishment of a Siddha University.
You are
Mr. Stalin.
anti
Online gambling. We want to prevent online gambling. I don't know what interest the union government has got.
How can a
They're
government
stalling
be
this.
anti-people?
It is.
Exactly.
The BJP
this
government is
government
Okay,
anti-people.
we'll leave it there. We leave it
DMK
there.
government is anti-people. That's what we are saying. This government
We are
is
anti-BJP.
Sir, the
We are
people have
anti-RSS.
also elected this government, na, sir.
What is that?
Come on, sir. The people of Tamil Nadu have elected the DMK. How is the DMK government
Then
anti-people,
from
sir?
now on,
What are you
DMK
saying,
should
Mr.
not call
Tirupati?
BJP
Okay.
is anti-people party. Fine.
Huh.
They have elected BJP throughout India. They should not call BJP. They should not talk against the government of India.
No political party is anti-people.
What
No,
is this?
no political
What
party
is
is
this?
anti-people.
I
Not the
charge
DMK,
the
not the
anti-people.
BJP. Okay.
Party and government.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it there because this debate is not finishing anytime soon. My sense is that
Yes.
whether it is from the state of Tamil Nadu or Kerala or Telangana, we will have this debate almost every day now, given that there are press conferences and some new chapter being opened in this fight between the government and the governor every day. We'll leave it there, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Narayan Tirupati, thank you. SS Sriram, Madhavan Narayan, and as always, Mr. Saravanan, good to have you on the show as well. I'm slipping into a quick break on the show. Up next, we are looking